What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing yet another collaboration beer, this time between the Other Half Brewing Company out of both Brooklyn and Rochester, New York, along with Sante Adairius Rustic Ales out of Capitola, California, and this is their off the dome. So they're calling this an Imperial IPA Pale Ale, comes in at 8% alcohol by volume, no IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 5 weeks old. So yeah, this one is brewed with a lot of New Zealand hops. They're using Nelson Sauvin, they're using Kohatu and Wai-iti hops, and yeah, sounds pretty delicious. I've never had anything from Sante Adairius. I know they're known for like their West Ashley and a bunch of other, like, you know, basically saisons and like lambics and stuff like that. Never had any of their beers. I know they're pretty hard to get, you know, your hands on them. So yeah, anyway, when I saw they're doing this collab, I was like, yeah, sounds pretty cool. And I love the fact that they're using all New Zealand hops. That's pretty interesting. Going to use my Genesee and Other Half Genesee Dream Ale Teku. I really like this one. You can't really see the color too well because it's such a big logo, but I don't care. I love the glass. So we'll give this a proper pour. It's pouring out a bit lighter than a lot of Other Half beers, at least in my opinion. So yeah, the label here, pretty crazy. A lot of colors going on. So yeah, that pours out a really, it's like an orange honey color, but it's a little bit of a little bit lighter than typical Other Half double IPAs. Has a pretty creamy head, although you can't see it on the. Maybe I shouldn't use this to review, but you know what? I love this glass so much. F it. So yeah, it's pretty creamy looking, but yeah, that looks like a Other Half double IPA. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, that smells awesome. So you can tell this is like hugely influenced by those New Zealand hops. I'm getting white grapes and gooseberries and like white wine and passion fruit, pineapple. That white grape is huge, almost like a white wine. It smells dry, if that makes any sense. But it also smells sweet, like has like a sweeter grape characteristic, like a crushed pineapple that you typically get in Galaxy. I'm getting here a little bit of stone fruit vibes, like peach apricot, but sweeter, candied, I guess, fruits. There is this really nice herbaceous dankness. There's a little bit of like a spiciness too, like an earthy spiciness. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Almost has like a basil or thyme type of spiciness here. Has like a very herbal essence, but it's like the spicy variety. It's really, really interesting. This is very interesting. I haven't had too many beers that are like New Zealand hops only, and you're using 3 different ones at the very least. And this is very complex and just different from the standard Other Half beers. Yeah, it smells really good. So let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. That's delicious, yeah. One thing I will say, I've been drinking, you know, I pretty much post an Other Half review per week. It's usually Monday. I should just start calling them Monday Other Halves, because like that's every single Monday I post an Other Half review. And this is the second beer that I've had lately where I can taste the alcohol a little bit, which is a surprise, because most Other Half beers, when they get into the Imperial range, whether it's 8% or whether it's 10.5 from some of their triple IPAs, I usually can't detect the alcohol. I'm getting this a little bit in the chest, a little bit in the stomach, but definitely on the palate, a little bit of astringency. The flavors are beautiful though. That white wine, white grape, gooseberry, like passion fruit, big influence by the New Zealand hops. You totally get in this one. If I was doing this blind, I would think Nelson's in here without question. The other two, I'm not as familiar with them. I've drank a lot of beers with Kohatu and Wai-iti from Other Half, but I couldn't tell you exactly what those individual hops have as far as characteristics. But like, yeah, I could tell there's probably Nelson in here. I would actually guess there's Galaxy. Like, you know, it's an Australian hop, but I feel like getting enough like crushed pineapple and passion fruit that I could think there's Galaxy, but definitely Nelson in here. Body on this one's higher side of medium to higher side of medium body, appropriate at 8%. The mouthfeel is Other Half. And when I first started drinking Other Half, I kept on saying that. I would just say, oh, it's Other Half. And people would be like, I don't know what that means. What it means is Other Half, for me, has kind of perfected the mouthfeel when it comes to New England style IPAs. Treehouse is another one that's right there with them. Treehouse is like the first, I think, New England style IPA producer that just kind of perfected the mouthfeel. But for me, Other Half, almost every single time I drink one of their beers, when it's New England style IPA, double IPA, or triple IPA, it just works for me. It's soft, it's smooth, it's creamy. It still has carbonation, but it does a great job of just like sliding down the throat. It's soft and slick down the palate. It's just fantastic. But yeah, the taste, like I said, all those fruits, the white wine, gooseberry, crushed pineapple, white wine, white grape, white gooseberry, crushed pineapple, a little bit of passion fruit, a little bit of candied stone fruit. This does have, halfway through the palate, a really big herbal, almost herbaceous dankness, a little bit of spicy, like earthiness as well. It breaks up the monotony of all the sweetness and all the fruit character, like the juicy fruit character, and kind of cuts it and just dials it back a little bit. This one finishes semi-dry. It leans slightly towards to the sweeter side. There's no bitterness here, but there is a pretty decent dryness, almost like you just had a white wine, dry white wine. 8%, like I said, it kind of drinks like an 8% beer. I would guess this blind 7.5%, 8%. Just be honest with you, this is one of, like I said, the few other half beers that I've had that I would say this drink's appropriate for its ABV. That's not, I don't think that's a negative. I mean, yeah, we've had so many beers, all of us, that are 8, 9, 10% and don't drink like it. But when I do get an 8 or 9% beer that kind of drinks like it, I mean, it's 8 or 9%. I should expect that. I know nowadays it's voodoo. All these breweries just drinking these beers that are like 10, 12% and they drink like half of that. It's crazy. It's scary. But when I do get a beer like this, I don't get too angry about it because it's not so astringent on the palate or into my chest where it's like, oh, it's a big boozy mess. It's just, no, I can tell it's a bigger beer. So it's not really a huge negative for me. Yeah, anyway, really delicious beer. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Other half in Sante Adairius. They're off the dome. I'm gonna give this a high 4.25 out of 5. I'm gonna go 4.35 out of 5. Doesn't get quite to the 4 or 5 just because of, you know, the slight booziness. If that wasn't there, this is definitely a 4.5. I'm drinking it 5 weeks old, so I'd imagine fresh this was maybe even a bit boozier. Maybe just my palate today is just perceiving the alcohol. I don't know. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it because I think it's pretty delicious. I want to say this was $20 a 4-pack. I think that's usually for their double IPAs. I think it's either $18 or $20 a 4-pack for this. Regardless, you're talking $4.50 or $5 a can. Yeah, that's kind of what people pay. Shout out to Paul over at PA Brew News. He thinks that, you know, most IPAs shouldn't be more than $4 a can, and I would agree. I think if almost all New England style IPAs and double IPAs would be, you know, $4 a can, $16 a 4-pack, that would be great. That would be absolutely fantastic. But market dictates the price, and people like myself and a lot of others don't mind paying $18 or $20 or $22 a 4-pack for some of these beers, even $24 a 4-pack for like triple IPAs. So I think this is appropriate as far as value is concerned. I've had better beers at $20 a 4-pack, but you know, this is still pretty good. Availability, brewery only. At other half, I don't know if Sante Adairius, they have like, you know, they got to sell this as well, or if this was just from other half. But it's probably brewery only at either brewery, unless you live in New York or California where a bottle shop can, I guess, buy it and bring it back to their shop. Purchased this at the Rochester, New York other half brewery, and it was, like I said, about $20 4-pack. So anyway, yeah, pretty good beer. I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm going to have a fun time drinking the rest of this one. Like I said, if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. And I'm done. It's another other half collaboration beer in the books. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review. To the next one, cheers.